cause, I want you to pray to your God. I want you to pray that he comes and saves you. I want lightning to come down and crash upon my fucking head. Louder!
All this talk about faith's ridiculous. Wanna see it how I see it, then watch religious. Believe whatever you want, but man, I'm sick of it. Only reason I said it, you haven't, cause you're a chicken shit. See, I don't really care about heaven or hell, but I know I'd rather sell my life to the devil than spend it in jail. I don't believe in a lot, but I do believe in myself. Without proof the Bible is real, then you're just reading a tale. So don't get pissed at me because I'm speaking my mind. I'm the one who should be offended for you false feeding us lies, brainwashing the public to make them think when we die that everyone we've ever loved reunites in the sky.
You spoke before in certitude. You're 100% sure that after you die, you'll go to a better place.
I know I'll be with God. I'll be with Jesus.
And that's a better place.
Even if it was in a garbage can, which I know it won't be, but even if it was, it's the fact that I'm with Jesus, to me, is good.
It's a better place.
It's a better place.
Then why don't you kill yourself?
What if everything you've been told was a lie, and there ain't really nowhere to go when you die? If there ain't nothing down below or in the sky, what if it's all a big joke, just a waste of time? What if I told you I knew the truth? You probably think I'm crazy, but homie, just check the news. They tell you what they gon' do, they just hide it from you. Unless you open up your mind and it's right in front of you. You gotta let that eye be single, that's why I be single. Read between the lines, use your third eye to see through all the lies they teach you in order to keep you asleep. To these evil people dream to lead you to slaughter just like what she do.
The irony of religion is that because of its power to divert man to destructive courses, the world actually could come to an end. Plain fact is, religion must die for mankind to live. The hour is getting very late to be able to indulge in having key decisions made by religious people, by irrationalists, by those who would steer the ship of state not by a compass, but by the equivalent of reading the entrails of a chicken. George Bush prayed a lot about Iraq, but he didn't learn a lot about it.
I don't know much about politics, but I'll vote for President Bush because of his faith.
Faith means making a virtue out of not thinking. It's nothing to brag about. And those who preach faith and enable and elevate it are our intellectual slaveholders, keeping mankind in a bondage to fantasy and nonsense that has spawned and justified so much lunacy and destruction. Religion is dangerous because it allows human beings who don't have all the answers to think that they do. Most people would think it's wonderful when someone says, "I'm willing, Lord, I'll do whatever you want me to do." Except that since there are no gods actually talking to us, that void is filled in by people with their own corruptions and limitations and agendas. And anyone who tells you they know, they just know what happens when you die, I promise you, you don't. How can I be so sure? Because I don't know, and you do not possess mental powers that I do not. The only appropriate attitude for man to have about the big questions is not the arrogant certitude that is the hallmark of religion, but doubt. Doubt is humble, and that's what man needs to be, considering that human history is just a litany of getting shit dead wrong. This is why rational people, anti-religionists, must end their timidity and come out of the closet and assert themselves. And those who consider themselves only moderately religious really need to look in the mirror and realize that the solace and comfort that religion brings you actually comes at a terrible price.
Can this be accomplished without violence?
No.
into a political party or a social club that was tied to as much bigotry, misogyny, homophobia, violence, and sheer ignorance as religion is, you'd resign in protest. To do otherwise is to be an enabler, a mafia wife for the true devils of extremism that draw their legitimacy from the billions of their fellow travelers. If the world does come to an end here or wherever, or if it limps into the future, decimated by the effects of a religion-inspired nuclear terrorism, let's remember what the real problem was. That we learned how to precipitate mass death before we got past the neurological disorder of wishing for it. That's it. Grow up or die.
We are in a conflict between good